Hi, Dave Wilcox with Vortex Teardrop Trailers. This is a quick little demonstration on how to measure for clearance holes and pilot holes. If you don't use these holes, you're going to have trouble with the screws because a lot of the joints that we make on this trailer are at the end of a 2x2. And if you just take a screw like this and drive it in there without any preparation, it's going to split. It's definitely going to split the end piece, and it might even split the part that you're drilling into. So you need a proper sized hole for each one of those. The way you get the clearance hole in the piece that the threads are not going to hold, you measure the outside of the threads. And here you can see the outside of this number 10 screw is measuring at 205, 206. Okay, so that's my clearance hole size. No smaller. And if you got a drill index like this one's kind of nice because it's got the decimal sizes right here too. So if I had 206, I'm going to go up to 219, which is 7/32 for my clearance hole. The clearance hole is going through the parts that's being held on, not the one you're screwing that's going to be attached. So I center it 3/4 of an inch up because this is 1.5 inch stock. There's my clearance hole, and this screw should fit through. Now the pilot hole is what's going to hold the threads, and what you want there is the inside shank of those threads, not the outside diameter threads, but that inside shank. And here I'm measuring 136. So I don't want to go any larger than that. I'm going to choose the next size smaller, 136. So my drill index says I have a 140. That's a possibility, depending on how the wood behaves. Or 125, 1/8 inch. I'm going to go with 1/8 inch. Now this is a 3.5 inch screw, and you see that doesn't go so deep. So what I'm going to do first is just transfer the hole position through the clearance hole. All right. So now I've got my hole position. Not as centered as I'd like, but that's where it is. So that's where you got to stay with it. I drill it the rest of the way. All right. So now I have a proper diameter clearance hole, a proper size pilot hole to hold the threads, and now you can put it in without too much fear of splitting the wood and having a good secure fit. No split here, no split in the end piece. Now, you don't need to worry too much about this rotating because before you're done, this is going to be covered with plywood and glue, and rotation will not be an issue.